Hello, how y'all doing? We have to talk about this. Diddy has lost his mind. Is that any surprise? No, it's not. But when I came across these videos, you guys have to see the photos. Photos of what Diddy did to Kid Cudi car, all because he was jealous. When I tell you, when you are feeling this emotional of jealousy, of this type of passion, it is time to really go seek help. It is time to get yourself together. Nobody is worth it, man or female, to get that jealous where you're bombing cars. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I would love to show you guys the pictures of Diddy bombing the car. And did he really do it? Or did he have people to do it? Whether he got people to did it or he did it himself, he did it. And it's just crazy out here in these streets. Hey, Lisa, how are you? If you guys can come in, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot and comment. Now, last video that I did, you guys voted to talk about Diddy. So this is one of the Diddy things that people are still talking about is the fact that Diddy bombed Kid Cudi car. That has to be scary for Kid Cudi, right? What would you guys think? Man, if I have somebody to bomb my car, ooh, I'm going to be mad at the man that got me in this stuff. And I'm going to be mad at the girl that did it too. But I'll be feeling like, man, you knew you had a crazy girlfriend. You knew you had a crazy ex. Why didn't you warn me? And Kid Cudi, you better sit down. If this is what I got to say to all my men out there, if you are not a street man, don't hook up or don't even mess around with a woman that's been with a street dude. That if a street dude got feelings for her, don't do it. You ain't street and she dealing with street dudes. That is a bad recipe. You're going to end up like Kid Cudi, his car. And that was just a warning. Some people say, well, why didn't he bomb Cassie car? I don't know. Maybe he was just bombing everybody that got close to Cassie to be like, listen, this is my property. This is my territory. You know how street men do. Okay. You know how street men do. All right. Somebody said, how old are you? Listen, I'm 65 years old, but this is not about me. Now, if you guys want a personal video, then you got to vote for it. So I put it up in here so you guys can vote for tomorrow's live stream. Who do you guys want me to talk about next? And most people are saying Remy Ma and Papoose. So we'll talk about them back tomorrow, depending on the vote. Okay. So let me go up here. It says all too much. I'm tired, need meditation. Well, what time out? Did you guys vote for Diddy or the bots voting for Diddy? Okay. You guys voted to talk about this Diddy. Press 1 if you voted to talk about this Diddy. If you want to talk about this Diddy. Press 9 if you sick and tired of talking about Diddy. The only reason why I'm coming up here and talking about Diddy because that's what y'all voted for. Hell, and y'all not even coming up in here talking about Diddy. I'm starting to believe the bots wanted me to talk about Diddy. Okay. I'm looking at here. London says she tired. She is so tired of talking about Diddy. Okay. Peaches said, come on, let's talk about Diddy. All right. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Yeah. So what are y'all thoughts about that? Let me put up the picture so you guys can see it right here. So here are the pictures of Kid Cudi car being torched. Now I got this information from TMZ. I can play this video and we can go back and forth and I can stop and play, but all because of jealousy. When I tell you jealousy, that is a dark, evil spirit. I don't think it's jealous. I think it's envious, the hatred. I don't know what it is. Territorial. If I'm Diddy and I'm bombing people that's talking to my property, because that's how he sees her, then it's like it's almost like how certain countries are bombing other countries because of their territory. Like how Russia want to bomb Ukraine because they feel like Ukraine is theirs. They feel like Ukraine people is their property. So Russia is willing to unalive so many people in order to say this is my property. And I think that this ideology has a lot to do with people in power. Men in power that feel like they own people and land, they will harm other people. They will destroy cities, buildings, and cars to get a message across because they want to put fear in other people or to get what they want. And I think that this is a signal across the world, because isn't that what Russia did to Ukraine? Press one if that's what Russia is doing to Ukraine, bombing all that stuff out. Why? Because Russia feel like Ukraine belongs to them. They are willing to take out kids and babies, you know? So it's a whole system at play that pushes this ideology that we need to really fight against. Because these people like Diddy, they are looking up to the people in play, the people in power like Putin, like Trump, all these dictators, the China man, the North Korea. They looking at them and saying, oh my God, they're so powerful. How can I be like them? Well, I'm going to have to dictate. I'm going to have to push fear. I mean, a lot of people that you guys deem to be the most masculine, the most desirable, are the most infamous individuals, the most evil mother MFers, you know? So I think that goes hand in hand on that. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. All right. So these are the photos. Can y'all believe it? Whew. And I would just have to say, if I was Kid Cudi, I would be pissed off at Cassie. Why would you be pissed off at Cassie? Because I feel like Cassie, you know, he's crazy. And then I feel like Kid Cudi, you have to take responsibility because you know you are dealing with a girl that has a crazy street dude ex. You don't know, you don't think that's going to be a problem? Hell. Listen, If Melina, Trump wife, ran away from Trump, and she says she's, you know, separated, and she comes to stay at my house, I'm going to say, Melina, get your ass out. Go, because you putting a target on my back. When Trump comes to my house, do you think he just going to leave me alone? Hell no. He going to get me for aiding and abetting to him, his wife, okay? And they're going to put some fake charges on my butt. You are putting me in harm's way. And I want to know out there, would you deal with a man that has an ex that is crazy and that's like a gangster person? Would you still get in bed with that man knowing that he has a crazy ex, or a ex that's in the street life, that's in a gang, and she one of the top gangs, and she is known for taking out bodies? Hell no, you couldn't pay me. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how much money he got. I don't want no problems. My peace is worth everything. Okay, that's my peace. Don't fuck with my peace. It's no amount of money that y'all can give me to F up my peace. No. But maybe some of you guys will, but I could not do that. Okay. So that is the situation at hand. And this is what Diddy did, which is crazy. And Diddy, he is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I feel like if you ever get that jealous, I don't know. I think a lot of men in power are very jealous because, you know, they see themselves as powerful. I think Putin is jealous. I think Trump is jealous. I think their dictatorship. And I think that it's an issue with men in power. Name me a man in power that don't have a horrible reputation when it comes to violence. Please tell me a man of power. When you say Elon Musk, do you guys see Elon Musk as a violent person? I think he could. Didn't they say that Elon Musk, he put all those toxins in the black community, and he got a slap on the wrist? They didn't even do nothing to him. So I think it comes with the territory of these powerful individuals that have so much more power than anybody else. It's an unequal playing field. All right, so let me play here. I want to see what y'all saying. Y'all said nope. Hey, Gigi, just saw Mary. I missed your life. I hate you missed it too. All right, so, and just to let you guys know, I have another character. Her name is Mary Alice. She did a live stream today. I would love for you guys to check it out. She talks about the D-Lo, which is a rapper, and his own gay community outed him. And she talks about how the gay community out their own people, but cry for support under the Trump administration. Make it make sense. All right. So let's continue back here. Powerful ill men. Well, they're all ill because, like I said, name me one powerful man that is not harming people out here or harming kids or anything. When you look at the Nigeria leader, the African leader, he says death penalty to any homosexual. If you're a homosexual, death penalty. When you go to Dubai, if you are out gay, you're going to get jail time, you know? All these leaders, they push some type of restriction on human rights. And I think it comes with the mind power, the leadership thing. I'm not sure. But let's play here. You guys ready? I'm going to go to the beginning of this TMZ so we can get all of it.
It showed up in his house, ransacked the place,
burglarized it,
locked his dog in a room, and set his car on fire.
Right. Put a Molotov cocktail through the sunroof of the Porsche.
Tell me which part of that is not.
So I'm not. So
violent enough.
Well, no. Let's get into it because I think this is really important. Let's talk about the testimony. I'm not advocating one way or the other. I see this.
All right. Somebody says, what would Trump or anyone else be jealous of? Well, okay, look at Russia. Russia does not want Finland. Well, Finland already did it to join with NATO. And Russia did not want Ukraine to, stand against them. Russia feels like Ukraine, that's theirs. They own those people so much that they are taking them out of here. So many lives are gone. Even Russian people's lives are gone over this territorial thing. Now, when it comes to jealous, could Russia be jealous of NATO and they're getting all this land and all these people teaming up? Some people can say yes. Russia, he want the thing to go back the way it used to be, where Russia had all these countries fighting for them, but they don't have that anymore. I guess the Soviet Union, they're trying to get back, but he don't have that anymore. You'll be crazy if you don't think that these people in power are jealous. They're human too, but their jealousy and their rage is more, do more damage than anybody. I want to know, press 1, do you think that the rich of the rich, the powerful of the powerful get jealous? Press 1 if you feel like they do. Press 7 if you feel like they don't. If you guys are not praising them, if you guys are not singing Russia praises, he has orchestrated his whole country to believe and push whatever he wants to be pushed. He don't want anybody to get more light or shine than him. Hell, yes, they all. I don't know what you think. Okay, it says, Gigi, I wanted to take my shower, but now I feel hunger again. Child, will go ahead and eat. All right, so let me continue to play.
Both ways. Okay, so you've got Diddy, who is using his employees, presumably, to burglarize the house, to throw a Molotov cocktail in his Porsche. And this is all because Diddy is jealous that Cudi is dating Cassie.
Right. We should set the timeline here. He said this.
Well, that sounds like an organized crime to me. If Diddy have employees that he pay and going to do a crime, bombing Kid Cudi car, does that sound like an organized crime? Press 1 if it sounds like an organized crime. Press 7 if it does not. I think so. If I'm a big CEO and I'm paying these people and I say, okay, off the clock, but I'm going to pay you. He pay everybody else. I need you to take care of that shit for me. Okay. And you doing it. It's a crime. To me, that sounds like a crime. That sounds organized. And that's that on that. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue to play it.
It was December of 2011. Cassie and Diddy have broken up, and
all right. They said, Gigi, TMZ is on Diddy's payroll. let's just be real. All of them in somebody's payroll. Either they on Diddy's payroll or they in the payroll of whoever over Cassie, the puppet master. Somebody's on people payroll. All these content creators that are very successful, you don't think there's big companies and politics that's in their ear, paying them off, doing different things? You don't know it. But yes, most of them are connected with certain individuals. That is how America is operating. So let's continue on.
Cudi is now dating her, and he gets a call from Cassie saying, Diddy found out that you and I are dating. He's really upset. Can you come get me? Cudi goes and picks her up. They're in his car. They're going to a hotel, he says. And then they get a phone call from a woman named Capricorn Clark.
Right.
She is an assistant of Diddy's. And she says, I'm sitting in my car outside your house, Cudi. Diddy and another guy are in your house right now.
And apparently unwrapping gifts, which to me makes it look like, what's he giving her?
Right.
I mean, that's kind of what it feels like to me.
Yes, because this is right before Christmas.
Right.
So they start opening up the gifts. Cudi, then his reaction to that is, I got to go back to the house. So he confront. He calls Diddy,
right,
and says, where are you? And Diddy says, I'm here at your house.
So they're going to do a face-to-face.
Right.
That Kitty is going over there.
Cudi is going back to see Diddy.
And then
hold on, Cudi, are you crazy? Cudi, cut it out. Cudi, you are not street. Sit down, Cudi. I think Cudi is ludicrous to be involved with Cassie, knowing damn well she's involved with Diddy. I think that is ludicrous. Okay? Cudi is not street. He likes to wear dresses sometimes. He need to stick to the lakes and the rivers he's used to. Then you want to confront Diddy. Do you want to die? Why would you? For what? If anything, stay away. Call the cops. But Cudi, you not street. You not that type of dude. I'm not understanding Cudi's situation. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Cudi should have been involved with Cassie, knowing damn well she was involved with Diddy, which is a street king? Okay, press 7 if you feel like he should have been involved with Cassie. Press 10 if you feel like that is a hazard. He was not thinking smart. He should have never got involved with Cassie. And then he want to confront his ass. You just stinging a bee at this point, Cudi. But let's go.
He has a change of heart and says, I'm not going to do that. I am going to file a police report. And
you should talk about why he didn't. He said he decided not to go back because Diddy's there with some other guy. He doesn't know what their intentions are.
Right.
Quite honestly, what he's saying is, I don't know if they got guns,
right,
and if what they're going to do to me. I'm going to file a police report.
So he files a police report, and then.
All right. So she says, Cassie says she was broken up with Diddy when she dated Cudi. She wasn't married to Diddy. She could date whoever she wants. I disagree. I honestly feel if I'm in a relationship with a crazy man, and we break up, and he is known to take people out of here, he's into a whole bunch of nefarious things. Would you want me dating your son, putting your son in danger, knowing damn well my ex is a kingpin? Would you really want that type of, would you want it? Press 1 if you would want that type of person dating your son. Press 7 if you would tell your son, you better not date her. Listen, her ex is into some deep shit. He's vicious. He got bodies. He's a bad boy. No, don't bring that chaos around here. It's just common sense. When you have an ex like that, stop the dating. Go to church, get right, do something else, reform, okay? But it is so new, and knowing that you still have some type of tie, and knowing that this man is crazy, whoever you are dating at that time, you are putting their life in danger, and that is selfish. You just don't do it. If I was dating a crazy dude, and I know he knew where I stayed at, or he knew who I could date, I would not involve them into me because I know I got this person that's might be stalking me, and that's not fair to them. And look what happened. His car got blown up. And now he got to go into this courthouse and all this. And he should have just said, no, thank you. Because he ain't street. Hell.
A period of time passes, and that's when the car gets torched.
Right. Not
This
that
is
much
only
time,
a couple
few
weeks later, because he said the car got torched in January 2012. So he spent Christmas.
You convicting Diddy of RICO, call him a kingpin? Well, it is what it is. Ain't he a kingpin? If we gonna call him a monster, let's just call him a monster. I don't mind calling his ass a monster shit. And what they just said, it sound like a criminal crime. I already said that I feel like Diddy is gonna go away. I already feel like before the trial started, before everything else, they already had planned to trash him and put him behind bars for a long time, for life. I already feel like it don't matter. It's already set up. I've been saying that. Press 1 if I've been saying that it's already set up. Diddy is going away. I've never changed. I've never said Diddy was gonna walk. I've never said Diddy ain't. I've always said it's set up from the start and his ass going to jail. I've always said that. Shit. I just don't pick sides in this shit. That's all. I got my own mind. Okay, that's all that is. I think that a lot of people, when they're talking about this, they pick sides and they're just like, okay, I'm team this or I'm team that. I understand if you're team, go ahead. But for me, I'm just going to say how I feel, want to say, you know? Okay. Look at
with
this.
Cassie's family in Connecticut. They kind of broke up, and then his car gets torched. He said somebody cut open the top of his Porsche convertible, the soft top, dropped in a Molotov cocktail, and now we have photos showing the damage. There's a red interior to the Porsche. There's a lot of fire damage. You can see where the Molotov cocktail got dropped in.
I think Diddy is so stupid to do this. Diddy, I think you're dumb. Diddy, you're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. Why would you do this, Diddy? Diddy, something wrong with you. I think something wrong with Diddy. I think something wrong with Putin. I think Diddy and Putin, y'all all the same to me. Okay. Why is that? Because you bombed a car, you destroyed a car, I guess trying to instill fear in people. And look, it came back to bite you. This situation is biting you in your butt and it's going to send you on your way. And this shit could have been avoided if you would have had some self-control and stopped being obsessive with people, you know, just like Putin, obsessive with Ukraine. Y'all all gonna die. Y'all all gonna die. You can't take Cassie with you when you dead. Putin can't take Ukraine with him when he dead. Y'all all are gonna die. You can't take nobody with you on this life. Hell. Okay. And I just think it's stupid. And see, if you would have listened to me, Diddy, you wouldn't be in this situation now. Now you about to go a long way, and they bringing all this stuff up that you didn't have to do. This stuff could have been avoided, Diddy. Hell, man, oh man, just stop. You know what I say? I say stop the freak offs. Stop, go find God, sit down somewhere. All this sexual deviance that you guys are into, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It is reasons why things... Man, I can't say what I want to say, but all this nefarious acts, it has destroyed you from the inside out. Well, you can't even control yourself. You want to bomb people's cars because of a hoe, because you want to control a hoe. If you don't leave these hoes alone, and that's to any man that's dealing with these hoes, okay? Leave them alone. If you feeling some type of way and you feel like they're leaving you, let they ass go. I don't understand the obsessiveness with other people. That's why I don't like.
To the driver's side, the
Austin,
doors all burned.
Austin, I don't know what your reaction was to these photos, but when I saw them, I thought, I mean, it's bad, and it certainly shows that a Molotov cocktail, some device was dropped in there. We had heard this as his car getting an attempt to blow up the car. And I guess you could say it was, I don't want to belittle the damage, and it's not even about the damage.
Well, look,
I want to know, Diddy, did you have intention to take him out of here? Did you want to kill Kid Cudi for that? I really feel like Diddy, his brain need to be studied. We need to really cut that brain out to figure out what the fuck he thinks. Okay. Why are you willing to take somebody out of here? Because they're with someone that clearly don't want to be with you. She don't want to be with you. She don't want to be with you. She don't want to be with you. Why do you want somebody that don't want to be with you? Why do any of y'all want to be with somebody that clearly don't want to be with y'all? I think that type of ideology is sick, to try to force somebody to be with you that don't want to be with you. Okay? And if you feel like she played you, that's your fault. You the one that got played. Hell, if you are always throwing money around for somebody to entice to be with you, then that is your fault, because that's what you put out. Stop throwing money around and just allow somebody to get to know you. But that was never the case with him. I don't think he ever wanted people to know him or have the opportunity. He just wanted to control people. And now he's being controlled in that jail. And I feel like, I hope it sends a loud message to all these people, but I feel like it's going to fall on deaf ears. The people that want to control people and do horrible things to people because they're not doing what they want them to do. This could be you. This could be you. And I don't think they're not listening. Putin ain't listening to this shit. Because every powerful man always looking at the next man like, see, he effed up. He shouldn't have did that. So they're not gonna learn, but with Diddy case, I think Diddy, I don't know, maybe he won't, but I think his brain need to be studied. I think mental illness is real. And I definitely feel like he is suffering from mental illness. Do y'all think Diddy got mental illness up there in the head? Press 1 if you feel like he got mental illness. Press 7 if you feel like he does not. Comment, let me know.
It's more about, did Diddy order someone to do this?
Well,
if he did,
yes. I mean, I think that's clearly what the jury received here.
Right.
That Diddy did this, and that, yeah, I mean, if it's not as bad as you thought, it's just they weren't as effective that they intended to.
Right. They weren't good.
So
at
it doesn't matter.
Cocktails.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, they're bad at making Molotov cocktails, but they did it.
But they still did it, and
Right.
that's the point.
Look, these are definitely mafia tactics that are being employed, and the jury is probably going to link those to Diddy. But I'm starting to understand a little bit what Harvey's saying.
Let me say it, because I'm going to throw the grenade right now. So
yes, we've been having this discussion for a few hours now.
These are tactics that organized crime sometimes uses. They will ransack a place. They will threaten somebody. They will blow up a car. Those are all tactics. The question, usually when you have organized crime, you have like a front. In this case, maybe the music business, but then they're operating an illegal business, whether it's selling guns or drugs or something like that. This is either, you could call it racketeering, or you could call it a crazy, criminal, jealous boyfriend.
Yeah, look, the way I
just
think
want to dismiss this like it's just a jealous boyfriend?
Look, I said they're all crimes. They are all crimes for which he could go to prison. Just not the crime.
If he is
not the.
I understand what Harvey is saying. If y'all don't understand, this is what I'm saying. Harvey is saying that all this intention, it came from him being jealous of Cassie. All of this that he did was basically, he was obsessed and he was jealous of Cassie. Okay. And he wanted to control Cassie. It wasn't his intention was to make profit or to sell guns or to sell whatever to make his business powerful. That's not what this is. That is what he's saying. He's saying all the crimes is really based on him having an issue trying to control this girl. Okay, well, I'll blow that up. Bring your ass here. Oh, you going to do this? I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this crime because I want you to participate in this. And I want you to do this. And it's all circling around Cassie. All these crimes that he committed, and he got his employees to do these crimes to make Cassie scared, to do something to Cassie, to always trap Cassie, You know, I got people watching you. I got people bombing this car. If you think you want to go with him, and all these crimes that he did, it's pretty much because his obsession with Cassie. It wasn't because of he's trying to make money selling drugs or trying to make money selling guns. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they're going to work that out or whatever, but that's up to them and the jury, however they feel. I already feel like everything gets set up and Diddy's going to go away. But you know, what do I know? We just have to see. All right. But I understand what Harvey is saying.
Crime of racketeering is what I'm
Are
saying.
the employees of
The way
this
to think about it, Charles, that what Harvey is saying is a racketeering enterprise is if Diddy were running Bad Boy Records and to get an advantage in the record contract and the people he was signing to the label, he put a gun to their head and said, sign this or else. That would be in furtherance of the business he was running. This is a side hustle of he had some sexual predilections and he did some crimes with his employees. That is a little bit different than running a criminal enterprise. And I think that's what Harvey is getting hung up on a bit. These are definitely mafia tactics. No one is questioning that.
Well, wait a second. Hold on.
So maybe they need to find another term for this. You know how in the transgender community, they got them and they. And a lot of y'all want to box that up to a transgender or box it up to just being gay. But maybe it's a different term for this. You know, maybe they have to create a different term for this. I mean, like a lot of y'all, a man dealing with a man, y'all say he gay. But then it's a bisexual thing, right? So I don't know, you know, I'm just saying.
Remember, Cassie was his artist.
Right.
And her mother already testified that when Diddy called asking for the $20,000, he said, "This is money I spent on her." And so I'm out expenses on this artist.
Charles, why did he?
You better pay it back.
Why did he demand it back?
What?
Why
He
did
said
he?
these are expenses.
No, I know what he said.
Right.
Why did he suddenly call Cassie's mother and say, "I want the $20,000"?
Because she was dating Kid Cudi,
jealous criminal boyfriend
who had.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know some people don't like Harvey because he asks the real questions and the tough questions. But if you guys know me, I've always liked it all people. People may not like me because I like Candace Owens. You guys have heard me talk about Candace Owens plenty times. And she may not like me. I don't give a damn what she likes. I like what I like. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that. I did not know that he demanded the money back, the $20,000, because she was dating Cudi. I think most men would want that. Most men, they feel like if they're buying you all this stuff and they invested in you, and you're going off to another person, they want their money back. Some girls are like that too. They call Indian givers. Don't they call Indian givers? Have y'all ever heard the term Indian givers? Press 15 if you heard the term Indian givers. Let me tell you, Indian giver is like when I'm to have my boyfriend and he bought me a car and he gets me this and he gets me that. But then I break up with him or I'm dating somebody else. He's like, I want all my shit back. You better pay me everything that I gave you. Give it to me back. You do have Indian givers, you know, people that do that. And that's what that was. I thought he demanded the $20K back. Because Cassie, I don't know why. But honey, I just found out. I didn't know that part.
As an organization doing his bidding, but it's because he's a jealous boyfriend. You don't think mob bosses are jealous and they have petty reasons that they want things done?
But you don't go after,
they get it done.
You don't go after mob bosses because of their
action. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
Yeah.
It does. No. That's the thing. It does matter. It does matter.
But it's also it's good for business in that he's had.
Listen, we need to talk to people that created the bill. You need to talk to the lawmakers. Whoever created the law know what the law was intended for, so they can be able to tell you guys what it was for. Do y'all know who created that law? Whatever law they talking about, y'all need to talk to them. Talk to a person that created that damn law, so they'll tell y'all, because y'all don't know. It's like a Bible verse. You know how you have a Bible verse and you got Christians and you got Muslims and you got Catholics and they all divisive because they feel like the scripture mean this and they feel like the scripture mean that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Man, we would just have to see, right?
bad boy records. So therefore, you're maintaining a reputation as a formidable
And it's
person
all over
in
one of his
the shady
artists.
business.
And it's all over one of his artists.
Okay, well,
So now I get it. You know, you want to say there's a gray line
here's the
between
thing.
whether she's girlfriend or
if
artist.
they believe Cassie, and frankly, I think they're gonna, about extorting her on that airplane, saying, do a freak off, or I'm gonna release the tape. They got him on that charge. I mean, that's the interstate.
Oh, yeah, they got him on that charge. And you know why else I think they got him on that charge? Because President Donald Trump, he just signed something into bill stating with Melania Trump. Did you guys see that? He says that it will be executive order. If you guys put revenge porn on somebody, pictures or videos, that it must go down. So for President Trump to be strict on that, that lets you know that the world and majority people at the top also has an issue with revenge porn. So they're going to be very, very strict on that in times to come.
Transportation of a sex worker using coercion. They got him. And that's an easy one. It's a layup. I think racketeering is a stretch, is all I'm saying. Now, I want to talk about one other thing. The Suge Knight testimony, which I thought was really interesting the other day.
The assistant, Diddy's former assistant, who said that, talked about a moment where the security guard, D-Rock, came running in, said, Suge Knight's down the street at Mel's Diner. They grab guns. D-Rock grabs gun, Diddy grabs guns, and the assistant has to drive them down there. And the assistant was like, what am I getting myself into?
With 3 guns in the car that Diddy brought.
3 guns in the car to go confront Suge Knight.
And so Suge Knight wasn't there when Diddy got there. I talked to Suge Knight. He's in jail, he's in prison right now, serving a long sentence for something unrelated. And I asked him about this. And I asked him about whether he thought, from his vantage point, because they were enemies, whether Diddy was racketeering.
When cocaine gets involved, it makes people make radical decisions that they normally wouldn't do. So when you asked me before, when he came up there with 3 guns and an assistant, do I think he would have did something? Any person on drugs, at least that type of drugs, you put cocaine and alcohol together, it could happen.
So
he's dismissing it. He's dismissing it.
He did sort of dance around it. He did dance.
He did dance around it, but he's saying, "Look, this is a drug-fueled, jealous guy that is crazy and criminal, and you know,
okay. Good closing argument. Absolutely. Good closing argument.
Angela Sade, Albany, New York.
All right, so you guys heard that. What what's his name? Suge Knight said. What are your thoughts about that? I think that you guys need to stop the drugs. President Trump says that he is going to do war on the drugs in America, and I hope he does. I really hope he get all these drugs off the street, and we really need to do something about these drugs, because these drugs are letting you all, your common sense are going out the way. And you notice how so much of the drugs and the freak offs are intertwined together. So much of people doing drugs and doing nefarious things, they are tied in together. So I really hope that he has waged war on all these drugs out here in these streets, and they're getting to the kids. You know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Trump should wage war on the drugs in America? Press 1 if you are for that. Press 7 if you are not. What are your thoughts about that? That's what I think. Okay. All right. Well, any other things you guys have to say? I will put this link here just in case if you guys want to come up and say something about this situation. Feel free to do so. Let's get these likes up. Okay. I thought y'all said y'all wanted to talk about Diddy. Okay. Okay, tomorrow we may have a free a Diddy free day. Okay, I'm not sure. All right, so I'll put the link up here and let you guys know. Like I said, I did a live earlier today at the Mary Alice Palace. Go check that out. And if you guys want me to pay some of Mary Alice Palace, press 15, if you guys want me to play some of that Mary Alice Palace, another character that I do, okay, on social media. All right. So tonight, I might can come back tonight. Do you guys want me to talk again about Remy Ma and Pap? Maybe I'll come back and talk about Remy Ma and Pap tonight. Okay, whatever I want to talk about, Gigi. Honey, you don't want me to start talking about what I want to talk about, Melody. Okay? Hell. Okay, shit. Sometimes I don't know what I want to talk about. That's why I depend on you. Okay. All right. So y'all gonna come up here. Okay, so they said yes, play some of that. All right, so let me bring this down and I'm gonna play some of my Mary Alice Palace. All right. You guys know I have 2 other YouTube channels that I'm actively on right now. I probably have more than that, but right now it's just 2 that I'm currently active on that I do different characters. Well, I'm starting to do. I have to be consistent. I have an issue with discipline. I have an issue with being consistent. Those are the things I need to work on. When I become consistent and very disciplined, and have structure, I think that things will align themselves great. But I lack that. And I got to stop being so lazy. I have a lazy spirit about myself, you guys. I got to stop that. Okay. And I always want to eat. What's that about? Okay. I'm just joking. Hey! All right. So let me put this up here so you guys can see Mary Alice. And maybe we can have some talks about that since you guys don't seem that interested in this Diddy situation, right? All right. And I'm going to put, let me go to, so I'm also putting in the other one, Bone Keisha. So you guys can see and support Bone Quisha. Sorry, Bone Quisha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bam. All right. So who we gonna start off with first? Let's go with Mary Alice Palace. All right. Come on, Mary Alice. Can y'all let me remove this? Stop. Give me 1 second. Adding. All right. All right, here we go. It's gonna be a lie for your ass, boy. Yes. Come on. We at the Mary motherfucking Palace. We at the Mary motherfucking. She cussed so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Her mouth is horrible. Her mouth is so dirty. You understand? It's so gross. I'm so sorry that you guys have to listen to this. But this is Mary Alice Palace channel. I'm not going to play the whole thing just because of the language. The language is a lot. I'm going to fast forward it. And this homosexual community, man, when I tell you this shit ain't nothing but a motherfucking spectacle. And this is why they are putting the Bibles back in the schools. Boy, oh boy. Oh, make America great again. Okay, honey, we got a lot of shit fucking and talking about. Shit fucking is on the menu today. How y'all doing, beautiful people? Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, like I said, I cannot play all of it. I don't mean to laugh because it's not funny. Look, I can't play all this, but y'all really have to go check out the channel, The Messy Sweet Spot. I'm going to try to fast forward, but I cannot get around. I'm trying to go to the parts where it's not that much cussing. Okay. He hates you. He already hated his ass at the gate. He already knew he was going to pull some shit like that. Okay. And then try to demand. Now, I don't know if y'all know this shit, but okay, it's too much cussing. I'm sorry, you guys. So check out Mary Alice if you want to see that topic. The topic is called They Sold Boss Man D-Lo. He's a rapper out for clout. He is a gay rapper in his own gay community. The gays and the trans outed him for sleeping with them. All right. But then they cry for support. So at the same time, they are crying for the support. They're saying they're victims, but at the same time, they're outing their own people to the wolves, hoping that their career get tarnished or something devastating. That is why they're outing them for money and for clout. And Mary Alice, she talks all about it in the hypocrisy in the community. All right. So let's move on to another character of mine. Okay. Let's go on to another character of mine. So this is Bonquisha, and she's going to be doing like eating stuff and probably do a little character work. Not sure, just birthed her pretty much. So I'll give you guys a taste of that. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? What's up? Welcome to Bonquisha, honey. Yes, my name is Bonquisha. Okay, I'm coming with y'all with the big earrings, the bamboozles. Okay, so I want to let y'all know what I'm having. Okay, honey, let me tell you, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. And I know my wig is wigging, but that's all right. That is all right. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Listen, I love me some Panda Express, y'all. Yeah, I sure do. I got me some, as you see. Hold on. Huh. Okay. Look, I got the utensils. All right. This is my first time doing a mug gang, y'all. Give it up for me. Oh. So, Bonquisha, she's not going to be cussing all like that, you know? So, you can tolerate Bonquisha. If cussing is an issue for you, I totally understand. Right now under the YouTube, it's Gigi Sweets, but in 2 weeks, I'm going to change the name to Bonquisha, But I think Bonquisha is so adorable. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, eat Bonquisha. Mm-hmm. So much yummy. Okay. So much yummy, honey. Too much sugar. Man, that was too much motherfucking sugar. I have to swim it all around. All right, so that's enough of there. Okay, that's enough of there. So do you guys want me to come back later on tonight to finish or talk more about that Remy Ma and Papoose situation? If so, press 9. All right. Gigi, please make sure Google what Suge Knight has said in the past about Capricorn Clark, because I think that will give you a lot of the answers you're looking for. Okay. Okay, Kia, you will enjoy that. You will enjoy that, Kia. All right, so I'm going to close it up here, and I'm going to chime back on Remy Ma and Papoose. So see me in another 30 minutes, baby, and I'm out. I love you guys. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.